Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby if you don't already know me, and I love to talk all things personal finance, organization, and lifestyle. And today's video is going to be the October reset. I am so excited to do this reset video with you guys today. I will be lumping together my reset and my money video. I sometimes separate them, but this month, just with my schedule, it is going to be a little bit easier to lump them together. So it might be a little bit of a longer video, but let's get comfy and cozy and in the fall spirit, and let's plan and set intentions for the month of October. You guys, my cats are cleaning each other right now and it is so cute. Let me see if I can flip this around. But you have to see it. Oh, and they stop the second I flip it. I am so excited for the month of October. It is a huge month for me. It is my 30th birthday. I turned 30 on October 17th, so I will be spending my 30th birthday while I am in Italy. Me and my boyfriend are going to Italy for 2 weeks of October, and I am so excited. We also have a wedding that's at the very end of September, like the last couple days of September, and because of the way I film these videos, that wedding is also going to be part of my October budget. So we have a fun weekend away and a wedding with a lot of our friends that is happening at the beginning of the month. Obviously, it is Halloween. I love Halloween. We're getting into the fall spirit. So yeah, October is going to be a super fun, cozy month with lots of travel and fun things. And obviously there's going to be a lot going on finances wise to do with all of that stuff. So we will definitely cover that in the October budget. I think what I will do is I will kick us off with the September budget. We'll go over exactly how much money I spent in the month of September. Then we will cover the monthly reset using my Notion template. There is a monthly reset page, so if you have the Notion template that I sell on Gumroad, I will leave the link down below, but if you already have it, follow along with the monthly reset page. And then at the end, we will go over the September goals, how I did on those, and we will set some goals for October as well. And then I will do all of my monthly planning in my Plan With Me. So if you're interested in that, you should definitely subscribe so that you will see the October Plan With Me video, which will be coming up next. Okay, I'm gonna project you guys onto my budget tracker. As always, if you are interested in this budget tracker, I will leave the link down below. My YouTube fam gets an extra 50% off on this budget tracker, so if you're interested, it is linked below. Okay, so we're having a look at the month of September here. So I just wanted to cover, first and foremost, a little background on me. I always forget that there are new people who come across my videos and don't really know my background. So if this is your first video, I will just give a little background on myself. My name is Gabby and I live in Vancouver, Canada. I'm 29, almost 30 years old. I love making personal finance and lifestyle and organizational content here on YouTube. I do have a 9-to-5 job. I work a salaried role here in Vancouver, and I work from home 2 days of the week and I work in office 3 days of the week. And then in my spare time, I do YouTube, obviously, and then I also sell digital products on Etsy and on Gumroad. So that is my primary methods of making money. I live in this 1-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend. We split the rent down the middle. It is $2,200 total and $1,100 for my portion. It's a small 600 square feet, but we are definitely saving as much money as humanly possible on our fixed expenses right now, and that is a great deal here in Vancouver. I'm not gonna lie, my rent is very good for Vancouver pricing. What else should you know? I'm a credit card user, so the budget tracker I'm using today is the credit card version. This tracker expects that your expenses for the month are actually your credit card bills from last month, and so it is always looking a month backward for your expenses today, basically. That is why some of the formulas might be a little bit different than a regular budget tracker that you are used to seeing. Oh yes, and one thing to do with the budget tracker, if you missed my community post, I have recently updated the budget tracker's original version to have these 4 cash accounts right here and credit accounts right here. So this used to be 3 accounts only, and I've had lots of people say that 3 just isn't enough. 4 is just a minor improvement, but obviously I can't add too many without completely changing the layout of the spreadsheet. So I added that 4th extra account to those 2 areas there. So if you are wanting to add this to your tracker without having to re-download a whole new version, all you have to do is to go to the link from the PDF you downloaded when you purchased my budget tracker. This link is always live and always up to date. So if I make any edits to this budget tracker, those edits are reflected in that version. And you can always come back and copy and paste things into your version or just make a new copy for next year. So yeah, make as many copies as you want of this. So the way that you would copy and paste this portion into your budget tracker just to make sure it works is you're gonna have to go to the corresponding month of your tracker. So let's just say you wanted to do this for September. You'd make sure you're in the September tab in your own budget tracker and that you're taking the September tab cells. And then you're actually just gonna copy these cells here. I just did the keyboard shortcut, but you can also just right click and copy. And you're just gonna paste this in your budget tracker. And it should be that simple. You just wanna make sure you're selecting the same cell. So for example, if I'm pasting this in my tracker, I would just paste right here. You're gonna get a warning, this heads up window here. It says heads up, you're making a change. All you have to do is say okay, and then it will paste everything in, and then everything will update automatically on its own. So all you have to do is copy and paste them. Of course, this is into every single sheet in your tracker or whichever ones you're wanting this added to. Okay, I think we can finally dive into the September budget. Income-wise, we made about $76.71. Expenses and bills totaled up to $37.16. Savings and investments were $3,200, and credit cards was about $5,000. Let's kind of dive a little bit more into the breakdown of this, and then I will give my thoughts on the overall month of September at the end there. I have been setting financial goals every month of 2024, and this is just to kind of make finances fun for myself and give myself a goal or a target. And yeah, it just makes finances like a game to me. September's monthly challenge was to spend less than $1,750 on my daily expenses. This is a part of an annual goal I set for myself. I wanted to hit less than $1,750 spent on expenses for 3 months of the year. I've done it once, but I was hoping to attempt it for September. And let's actually have a chat about that off the cuff. You will see here that my total expenses for September are $23.23. So definitely not less than $1,750. But I did have a bunch of travel expenses come up relating to my trip that I'm going on obviously in October. I also had to book some flights for getting home at Christmas time. And we also have a ferry to get over to the wedding that we're going to. So at the beginning of the month, I kind of knew if I had to spend more money on travel, I would take that out of the expense total just because I have very large sinking funds for these sorts of things. And I kind of knew that some travel expenses were going to come up, and I didn't want that to completely throw a wrench in this goal of mine to spend less than $1,750 on expenses. The $1,750 on expenses is supposed to be for like my day-to-day living expenses, not so much for like travel and things like that. Like these things came up and I had to pay for them right now. So I just deducted off that amount, the travel amount from the total. So that's what this number is here. So that's $1,815.44, which is still a little bit over the $1,750. But I will say I also got Botox, which is another charge that I have a sinking fund for. And I typically remove Botox from my expense total in the month if I'm trying to do like a low spend month, just because this is something that I like regularly get, that I regularly save up for, and I regularly have money to pay for it. So if you take that out, I'm actually like quite below the $1,750, but I don't know. I'm so close to the $1,750 with just the travel taken out that I kind of just want to look at it as like, I basically did this goal. I'm a little bit over, but like, who cares that I'm like $60 over? I'm not that mad about that. I think I'm going to give myself this one. I'm going to say that I had a low spend month because I really think I did. I did go a little bit over, but I will also touch on this. We just got a couple's credit card. So there are some expenses that I'm not necessarily 100% in charge of anymore because we're splitting things down the middle on this couple's credit card. I did my best to stay low budget or be at this budgeted value, but it did prove a little bit difficult at the end. So I'll talk about all of that as we go through. So income wise, we were at $76.71, which was a little bit higher than what I was expecting. It's always hard for me to estimate how much I'm going to be making from the digital products and then also from YouTube. I always like to be a little bit under on the estimate, and then over just means I have a little bit of extra money to work with. Okay, let's go through the expenses. Okay, so for groceries, I spent $4.29 out of my budgeted $4.50. I was under on groceries, you guys. And I think the couple's credit card really helped for this. Like I do think I was just obviously spending more of my own money when we weren't using a couple's credit card. So I think that this is a better estimate of like what my actual monthly grocery spend is, because we didn't really change our spending that much outside of not getting any meal delivery kits. That was basically the main thing we changed. Transportation, I was under, but this value I altered from when I set my budget. As the month goes on, I usually will tweak these budgeted values just to see if I can still meet certain goals for total spending. So because I had that $17.50 in my mind, as the month went on and I maybe spent more than I thought I was going to on a category, I would sort of pull that amount from another category just so I can make sure that I was still like tracking for the total number. So that was just under, which is good. Eating out, 186. So this was a definitely high for me. I don't eat out that often. This is a pretty high value for me, especially for a low spend month. This would have been an easy one for me to like not do. But because me and my boyfriend typically were paying for just different things in our month-to-month spending, and we would just pay the lump sum amount and then just sort of keep track of it mentally. So for example, like my boyfriend pays for a lot of our like bills, like our utilities, our hydro, our internet, things like that. But then I was paying more for groceries and then the pets food. So that's how we were sort of splitting this. But I always have a really low eating out budget. And I realize why that is because my boyfriend always pays for when we eat out. And that is because he has the Amex Cobalt, which has like a big multiplier on restaurants, and that's the only credit card we have that has the restaurant multiplier. So he would always pay for the eating out, and I'm just starting to realize that I probably spend more eating out than I thought I did, especially now that we're splitting everything down the middle. So this is likely a little bit closer to what I actually eat out in a month. We did 3 occasions. I had brunch with my girlfriends one day. We had sushi one day when we were like just out and about and we got hungry and we had a sushi dinner. And then we had one really nice date night at a new restaurant in Vancouver called Elio Volpe, which was incredible. Such a good dinner. And we kind of went all out. We got like an appy, we got 2 mains, we got a dessert, we got some cocktails. So that was definitely a big like date night out. But I think we both said that this is really nice and we want to do that like once a month moving forward. So I think my monthly eating out budget is going to be leaning more towards the 150 mark moving forward, but obviously my groceries budget is going to be less. That was a lot about eating out. Okay, so coffee, I was over, spent 41. This is another one where my boyfriend would always just kind of pay for my coffee. So whenever we would just go for a cute little like cafe date, I didn't realize how much he was paying for me. So 41 is still totally good, but in a low spend month, it was definitely more than I usually spend on coffee, but that is why. Drinking and cannabis, also a little bit high, not expected fully, and that was because I had a friend's birthday at the beginning of the month. So there was like a day where we went out and had a bunch of beers and, you know, it celebrated her birthday. We also got a friend of ours a bottle of alcohol for their birthday. I had, I think I went and picked up a couple edibles as well. So cannabis products are also included in this. We went to 2 concerts as well. We went to the Catronata concert that was a couple weeks back, so we got 2 drinks there, and then we also last minute went to the Casey Musgraves concert and I also got a beer there. So there was just like a lot of like pop-up things that don't normally happen in my life, but that is kind of why I'm over on that budget. Clothing wise, I think I gave myself like $150, but I altered this down as the month went on because I just didn't really need anything. So I only spent $75.96, and that was on a new pepper bra. If you watched my favorites video, I was obsessed with their zero gravity bra, and I realized I wear it basically every single day, and it also recently broke on me. I was talking about that bra in the video, and then when I went to link that bra in the video, I realized they were having a sale for that specific bra, and it was like 50% off. Like it's usually like $110 bra. I think I paid like $70 with like everything included. I paid $75 with like tax, shipping, everything included. So I saved quite a bit of money on that bra. So I'm very, very happy with that purchase. Beauty wise, as I mentioned, I had Botox. That was about $270 of this total value. And then outside of that, I ordered my usual sunscreen that I buy. So I buy my stuff from Stylovana so I can get like access to Asian skincare. So I bought, I think 3 sunscreens. I bought my friend a serum for her birthday, and then I bought a couple other things that I saw. So that was about like $60 I spent there at Stylovana. And then I also bought some hair curling rods that I will show you guys later, and a couple other hair tools from Amazon, and a pair of earrings as well. So there was like a couple items I bought in this category on top of the Botox, but the Botox is why this looks so high. Then I spent $6.72 for fun. That's my Patreon account that I pay for on a monthly basis, which I think I'm going to cancel this month just because I haven't been really wanting to listen to the audiobooks for, what series is it called? The Throne of Glass series. I'm considering just reading them in a book format. I don't know why. I just haven't been into the audiobooks. I just haven't been wanting to listen to them. So I might cancel that next month. I budgeted about $150 for the cats, and it was on the nose $150. So I think this is also more realistic of what the monthly charge on them is supposed to be. As I mentioned, I was paying for a lot of their stuff myself in the past. And now that we're splitting everything down the middle on the couple's credit card, this should be closer to the amount. What else? I spent $100 on my supplements I have to buy every single month. So that was the $100. Gifts, I spent $71. I got my friend a serum for her birthday and then also a perfume that she wanted. I spent $40 on home. I bought 2 candles, which I also will show you guys a little bit later. One of them actually is burning over there. That's a pumpkin spice candle. I just wanted some stuff to make my home feel more fall. So I bought 2 fall themed candles. Discretionary, I spent $0. Travel, as I mentioned, I had flights to go home for Christmas, which were so expensive. I think that's like about $400 of this $500. It was insane how expensive it was, but that's like flights in Canada right now. A lot of our budget airlines have gone under, and the basic airlines now are just charging an insane amount. We also booked that ferry for the wedding that we're going to, so that I'm taking my car on the ferry, so that was like $100 each basically for the ferry. And then I spent $5 on donations. This is actually a donation me and my boyfriend made together on our couple's credit card, just split down the middle. I wanted to wait for this video. I don't need to donate, and I really wanted to hit my goal of the $17.50, but I'm already over anyway, so I likely will donate anyhow, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to donate to, but I maybe will include a little photo of it here in the video if I end up doing it before this goes live. And then business, I wasn't expecting to spend anything, but I ended up paying for a month of Upbeat for music. I've up to this point never paid for license-free music. I have just used like free systems. Like Thematic has a free method where you just get a credit-based thing, and I'm just constantly like earning credits to get free music. But I was getting a little bored of their music, so I just wanted to try another platform for a month, see if I like it. Our bills are basically all as normal. My rent's $1,100. I pay my family's phone plan, so my portion is about a third of this, and they just e-transfer me their portion, so that was included in the bonus money. So I don't actually spend this much on my phone. Just a heads up. I pay for Ren. It's a subscription service where you help offset some of your carbon footprint. I have my TD checking account that actually will go through on the 30th, but because I'm trying to close out this monthly budget, I just wanted to include it as though it already went through. And then we are using the Amex Cobalt as our couple's credit card, so that is like a $13 charge every single month. So my portion is $6.50. Also, next month I will have to worry about utilities and internet. It just like wasn't included in this cycle of the credit card, the couple's credit card, but that will be a new charge I have to pay for there. Savings wise, I basically did exactly as I wanted to, but I ended up getting a little bit of extra cash from my side hustles that I wasn't fully expecting. So I put my 30% of my business income into my business taxes. That's about $650. And then the remainder of that I dumped into my holiday account. Actually, no, I split the remainder and dumped half of it into my holidays account and then half of it into my retirement account. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't exactly down the middle. I had a goal of investing $2,000. So I just topped up my investments up to $2,000, and then the remainder went into my holiday account, which is my Christmas sinking fund, which I'm really behind on. So I'm trying to catch up right now. So that is that. Credit cards, I ended up throwing a lot of extra money onto my TD Visa. This actually isn't due until the first of the month. So technically speaking, I could have paid this off in the next couple days here and still been on time. And then I would have just put that onto my October budget. But I decided I had the money sitting in my account. I was like, why not just pay it off before the statement is due? So I did that. So that is why the total for the credit cards is so high. I basically caught up on my credit cards and I paid them off like a pay cycle a little bit earlier. But what that's going to do in this budget is going to say that I'm in the negative. So you're going to see in this budget table here, it says negative $1,822. And that is just because the amount of money that came in versus the amount of money that went out is uneven in the context of this 1 month. But there was like money left over from last month. So I think that if you look at just this table, you're like, oh my God, you overspent. But I know that I haven't, like no bills are upcoming. I have another pay cycle before I have to pay any of my bills off. Like I know I'm not negative. This is just like, it's basically telling me that I've paid my credit cards off earlier than I needed to, if that makes sense. So if I have a month like this, what I'll do is just in the next month, I won't do the rollover from the previous month so that it doesn't continue like dragging that negative balance throughout the whole month, or else I'm just gonna feel like awful about myself. So just a tip, you know, like I used to really harp on like this needs to be perfect here, but when you're dealing with a credit card, there's gonna be months where if you pay off more of your credit cards that you've already spent this month, then it's gonna do this, even though you're in a better place scenario, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't think I'm gonna go through every single expense just because I kind of covered a good chunk of what I spent my money on, and I will use that time to show you guys what I ended up buying this month. I'm gonna have a little portion in my monthly reset of like what I bought this month. So you'll get a little sneak peek of that. Okay, so let's go to October. As I mentioned, we are doing a big Europe trip to Italy. The euro is atrocious conversion-wise to Canadian. I'm fully expecting a very expensive trip. This is like my 30th birthday trip. This is me and my boyfriend's first trip, just the two of us. So yeah, it's a special trip. We've been saving for a really long time for this trip. We were supposed to go maybe like end of last year, early 2024, and we just like kept pushing it because we wanted to have enough time to save up for this trip. So I am going to spend lots of money on this trip, and completely unapologetically. So that's the situation with that. And then I also have that wedding, as I mentioned, at the beginning of the month. And then when we get back, we have Halloween and like a bunch of like social events as well. So it is going to be just an expensive month outside of the trip and in the trip. So all in all, a lot. What did I decided to do instead of just putting it all together is I decided to split this into a budget, like a regular rest of the month budget and then a travel budget. And this way it's just a little bit easier for me to track like exactly what I'm expecting to spend on my travels versus just like the rest of October. So let's actually go through that right now. So let's do the expenses first, and then I'll touch back on the sinking funds portion and the income. So I am just going to run through the portion of October where I'm in Canada, I'm at home. I am going to give myself $200 for groceries. We only have about half of the month that we have to spend money on groceries for. We're also going away for that trip, so I do expect we're going to be eating out a little bit when we're in Victoria for the wedding. So I think $200 is like a good amount for groceries for the remainder of the month. I said $175. This should cover my regular gas fill up that I had to do. I might have to get gas at the end of October again, so there is a chance that this is going to be like basically double, but hopefully not. We will find out. Eating out, I said $150, so this is for the weekend in Victoria, hopefully only. But I also do want to do a birthday dinner when I get home with like my friends and families. Yeah, I don't know if this is enough, but I didn't really want to put more down. So we're gonna see. 150. I think I spent 170 this month, so hopefully on a similar page for that. Coffee, I wanted to do not as much coffee eating out, but honestly, me and my boyfriend's like new thing has been trying a new cafe, and that's like our little date night on the weekend that we like to do. So I've been really enjoying that. So what if I did like 3 of those, $6, that's $18. And then, okay, I'm gonna go 25. I think that should be plenty. Drinking cannabis, as I mentioned, Halloween, the wedding weekend, the wedding will likely have some drinks purchased. I think 150 is a good number to aim at. I don't want to put more because I feel like that just gives me way too much like leeway to spend money on booze when I don't want to. Yeah, I think that this is like a good estimate. Clothes, I do have a couple items I'm like planning to buy just before I leave for my trip. I was looking at the weather in Italy, and it's going to be a little bit cooler than I initially expected. So I really, really want a cardigan. I feel like a cardigan would be so like multifunctional with like all of my outfits. And then I just need something to throw over if it's like a little bit chiller than I expected it to be. Like middle of the day, there's going to be still some summer weather, but like mornings and evenings are going to be really cool. So I really want a cardigan. I've been eyeing the Uniqlo one. I think it's like $60. So I really want that. I also have been looking at 2 items from Aritzia. I really, really want them. I'm trying to convince myself not to buy them, but one of them is just like a plaid skirt and the other is like an off the shoulder black long sleeve. I just think that both would be amazing for my trip and for the fall, and I think I would get so much wear out of them, but we shall see. I might just ask for this for like a birthday gift maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So that's what the 150 was, or the 125 is for. Let's actually go 150. I think if I bought everything, it'd be closer to 200, but I'm going to go 150. Beauty, I expect to buy a couple of little tiny things here and there as usual. There's usually always just stuff that runs out. I think as a girl who loves hair and makeup and beauty products, I always seem to be running out of something, even when I don't expect it. Fun, I said about 50. This is more so for like the wedding weekend and then Halloween as well. Orlando, or the cats, I put down the 150 for the regular food and stuff. And then Orlando also usually has to go for his monthly or his annual checkup in October. So that's actually probably gonna be closer to like $200. So let's go 350 here. So, oh wait, but my portion. So like 175 plus 150, so 225. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go 225 actually because I forgot we're splitting everything right down the middle. So like vet appointment plus the food should be about 225 for my portion. Health, I did the $100 for my supplements. And gifts, I am going to say 250. My brother has a birthday in October as well. And then my boyfriend's dad has a birthday. So this is like my gift for those two. Home, I want to do, oh my God. I really want to get some more fall stuff, but we're so close to, I'm a November Christmas girl. Like I'm like a November 10th Christmas girl. So I think my thought process for this was to not spend too much more money on home stuff leading into that season because I'm going to be spending more in November on Christmas decor. I think 50 is a good jumping off point. I think we can try not to spend too much money. Discretionary, I'm expecting nothing. Travel, obviously all of my travel expenses will be in the travel portion of this budget, and then donations, 40 is my usual number. Let's go 45, just maybe 50 just because let's go 40 expecting that I donate for September at the end of this week. And business, I just put that $7 for the upbeat. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep that regular charge, but I'm just going to put it here just in case. Okay, so travel budget. Groceries, I'm expecting about 100. I am just looking forward to living like a local in some of the spots that we're staying at. So I want to just like go get like a nice like baguette of bread and get some like olives and just enjoy some of that amazing Italian food just from the grocery store. So I'm expecting about 100 there. Transportation, so this is like buses. All of our trains are paid for, but we do have like day trips we want to do, transportation around, any sort of bus, train, plane, automobile, ferry that we haven't already spent money on. So I said 250. Eating out, I did the math, and excluding alcoholic beverages and like coffees, I'm thinking about 1,300 sounds about right for food, which actually is so insane to think about. But I think that people that don't sit down and figure out how much money they spent when they traveled, I think that they would be shocked by how much money you spend on food. Coffees on our trip, I'm estimating a single coffee or like 2 coffees some days every single day while we're gone. So that was about $100. Drinking and cannabis, obviously no cannabis in Italy, but drinking, I said about $400 for just like glasses of wine with dinner or, whenever we want to have a nice drink. Clothes, I said about 250. I might do some shopping while I'm there. We shall see. I'm really looking forward to vintage thrift stores in Florence, for example. We'll see. We'll see if I spend any money at all or if I have any room. So that is a maybe. Beauty, I said about 30. Like I feel like sometimes you just forget something and you need to like go to the store and get like sunscreen or something like that. So I said 30 there. Fun, I said 250 just for anything that comes up. If anything we want to do, I don't want to feel like we're on budget for that. So 250, or cats, obviously nothing. Health, obviously nothing. Gifts, obviously nothing. Home, nothing. Discretionary, nothing. And then travel, I just added an extra $200 just for like anything I'm not thinking about right here. So that puts us at about $2,800 for money spent while in Italy. And currently I have about almost $4,000 in my Italy account. So I will have a lot of money left over if this is the case, which I could just save up for my next trip with that money, or I could also just invest that money. So this would actually be a very good outcome for the trip, honestly. Bills and subscriptions, the only differences here from September is that I have a $40 utilities expected bill and then a $50 internet bill. I believe utilities is every second month, so my portion of this would just be $20 per month or $40 every other month, which is pretty good. And then internet, I think it's about $100, but I need to double check once I get charged. Oh, Amex annual, we're actually gonna remove that. I currently have the Amex Gold card and I will be downgrading that card and I will not be paying for the annual fee, so we can remove that from the budget. That's great. And savings wise, I just did my typical split for my sinking funds. Actually, no, I altered it quite a bit. So I'm going to be primarily focusing on my Christmas account and putting a little bit into the Orlando and car fund, just a little bit, just to keep that habit. But the beauty save, I'm not going to be dumping money into just because I didn't actually take anything out for my Botox. I just like paid on my regular cash for my Botox. I didn't take any sinking funds out, so I'm just gonna skip the beauty save for the month of October. And I also obviously don't have to save up for Italy anymore. So we're done with that sinking fund. And then business taxes, totally dependent on how much money I make, but this is just an estimate. Investments wise, I want to hit 2,000 again for the month of October. So we're going to be adding a little bit extra onto my regular automatic investments that come out of my paycheck every single month. If you're interested on the ways that I invest and save regularly every single paycheck, you should watch my paycheck routine video. I will link it in the cards up above here. I think it's actually here. And then credit cards wise, I just put like an estimate of, paying off my cards from September and then dumping extra money onto here just because obviously October is going to be a very high spend month. I think I will just start to put extra money onto my cards as needed. That is the budget portion of the video. So let's go over to the monthly reset page and let's reset. If you have the Notion template, follow along with your monthly reset tab as well. So here is the October reset, and I love the little coffee cup for October. If you missed my September plan with me, my theme was like coffee and things like that. So I just feel like that fits my vibe right now. And let's just do a little reflection on the month. So what were my monthly wins? Definitely like my 45 soft challenge that I've been doing. I haven't been amazing with it. I'm not gonna lie. There's not every day do I do everything on the list, but I am just much more aware of those things on that list and I do my best to hit it. And one of the things was daily gratitude. And I've never really practiced that long term. I've always like tried it here and there, but I've never really committed to it. And I really enjoyed it. I just think it made me, romanticize my life more than I usually do. And yeah, I just thought it was a very good practice to have. So I definitely want to keep doing that moving forward. What lessons did I learn? I learned that sleep is so important. I mean, I already was aware of this, but I have been sleeping just a hair more than I usually have. And I have my Ultrahuman Ring to thank for that. As you guys may have seen in a vlog of mine, Ultrahuman gifted me the Ring Air and I have been absolutely loving it. The sleep data is so cool. It's so interesting. I wake up every morning and I immediately refresh so that I can see how I slept the night before. And yeah, I've just been making some really good moves with my sleep health. If you guys are interested in the Ultrahuman Ring, I have a discount code I will link down below in the description bar. And yeah, I've been absolutely loving the Ultrahuman Ring Air and my sleep data and sleeping more. I just feel so good sleeping more. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just continuing to get better and better sleep. Listing something new I did, me and my boyfriend were doing those little new coffee shop dates where we just went to a coffee shop together that we'd never been to before. And yeah, I've been absolutely loving that. So we went to a couple new cafes I've never been to, Slow here in Vancouver, and then also Mishmish. They're both on Fraser Street. Then my favorite memory of the month, I think, is just cozy fall baking. I love putting on fall coffee shop jazz ambiance on YouTube. Very specific, but it needs to be exactly that. And then baking or watching Gilmore Girls and lighting candles and getting the vibes right. I just love romanticizing fall. So yeah, that has been my favorite memory of the month so far. Just the relaxed fall days at home and, romanticizing the little things in life. What habits will I carry forward? I want to be better with my supplements that I've been better with the 45 soft challenge and getting my 10,000 steps a day. That's another one. I've just been way more consistent with it. And it almost just feels like it's second nature now. I just feel weird if I haven't walked that day. So yeah, I've been loving that. And then obviously also the gratitude. I will add that. Gratitude. I cannot spell while talking. My brain doesn't work that way. Okay. And let's go to monthly books. I don't have great news for books. So one of my goals this month was to read 2 books. I didn't even finish the book I started. So I am about 60% of the way through Two Twisted Crowns. I have my Kindle right here. I'm currently reading Two Twisted Crowns on my Kindle, and this is the second book. It's a duology in the One Dark Window series. So this is the second book and I am absolutely loving it. I'm eating it up. I'm thrilled. I love the story. I just haven't had the time to read. I have been really focusing on trying to get 2 videos out a week for YouTube and then also on starting my new V2 version of my budget spreadsheet that I will be selling for 2025. So I have been just a busy little bee and I haven't had that much time to read. But I am hoping maybe to finish this before the end of actually September. So So I have some downtime this weekend and I'm hoping to read this weekend outside of the wedding. And yeah, maybe I'll wrap it up before the actual month of September ends and I can actually say that I read one book of my 2-book goal. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, not much to talk about with books, but let's go over some monthly favorites. So actually, you know what? Let's go through what I bought this month because some of the things I bought are some of my favorites. So let's do that. I started the month off by purchasing some hair curling rod sticks from Amazon. So yeah, I think you've probably seen these on your feeds, or I don't know, maybe I get targeted videos for these just because I love hair stuff. But basically what you do is you brush like 3 sections of your hair forward, and then you're gonna curl your hair around the rod and then roll it up, and then you just like pin it back, and it basically just holds your hair in like a roller format. So it's very similar to like if you were to use like rollers in your hair. And yeah, it just gives you the perfect overnight blowout. I do it almost every night right now. It was a little bit tricky to figure out how to like get your hair around it, but once you do, I'm converted. This is like my new overnight heatless hairstyling method. And basically what I do now is I just blow dry my hair dry when my hair gets washed. And then outside of that, I'm using these just to maintain my blowout. But yeah, that's basically how I've been curling my hair. And I used these last night. So that is how my hair is curled right now. Okay, following that sort of product, I ended up buying one of these hot brushes. I did not want to jump on the bandwagon of this immediately when I first saw it, just because I have the Dyson Airwrap that has like a round brush attachment. So even though I thought like maybe this is like really good for blowing out hair, I just didn't want to get it just simply because I had one already. But I realized I couldn't take my Dyson to Europe. It doesn't work with the voltage change there. So I ended up picking up like a universal heat styling hot brush from Amazon as like sort of my replacement. And I actually really, really love it. It's so good for when your hair isn't wet. So Dyson works really good at like lasting curls if you can start from like a little bit damp. But this is like what I've been doing if my hair is completely dry and I just need to add a little bit of like a flick at the end of my hair or like redo my bangs. And I think that this will tide me over while I'm in Europe. So I'm actually very happy with this purchase. It was very affordable and so far so good. Okay. Next up is if you saw oh my God. Okay, I dropped one of them, but if you saw my fall vlog, I was wearing these chunky gold earrings that kind of remind me of an 80s mom. I got these from Amazon. I will link them below, but they're so cute. Absolutely loved those. And then the only other thing I purchased was my pepper bra. I'm not gonna show you it because I'm wearing it, but I will link a photo over here of that bra. There was only one color on sale and I said, screw it, that color will do. It's a cheetah print and whatever. So that is everything I bought for this month. And I would say my favorites from those are definitely the new bra. So happy. Actually, everything. I actually love every single thing I got. So yeah, money well spent. Super happy with everything there. Let's cover some other favorites. We covered the hair curling rod, so those are a favorite of mine, and the hot brush tool. But my Purito vitamin C that I have had probably for about 2 months now, I really enjoy it. I was just thinking about how I've been really enjoying that serum. I was gonna buy it for my friend because she wanted a serum. I've just been really enjoying it. I love the texture of it. I think it's doing everything that a vitamin C should be doing. I'm a big fan of it. I also have been loving my green Aritzia knit sweater that I got at the warehouse sale. I think I mentioned in a vlog that I purchased a green knit sweater when I went to the Aritzia warehouse sale, and I've been loving that. I've been wearing it lots and using it in different ways, like throwing it over my shoulders or just wearing it with different outfits. So I've been really enjoying that. TV wise, we watched a lot of Love Island. We were really behind on watching it in the summertime, but we're basically almost done now. I think we have like 2 or 3 episodes left. And yeah, Love Island was a great season. And then Gilmore Girls, of course, the fall. Gotta have Gilmore Girls. Music, I have to give a shout out to Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet. It is just such a good album. Lots of good songs there. Bedchem is definitely my fave. Recipes, me and my friend last night made the tasty vegan cinnamon buns. That is the best cinnamon bun recipe I've come across ever, ever, ever. Even non-vegan ones. When I serve them to anybody, nobody is ever like, oh, these are vegan. They're the best cinnamon buns. It's the best recipe. And it's also so easy. Like, you cannot mess it up. Highly recommend that recipe. And then also my almond meal cookies I made after I made almond milk. That was in my recent fall vlog. So if you're interested in that recipe, you can see it there. But those cookies are incredible, and they have so much fiber because they're all of the pulp from when you're making almond milk that you usually just throw away. So that is all of my monthly favorites. Okay, lastly, let's cover my goals. This should be short and sweet. I didn't have like a super clear set of goals for September, so I kind of knew I might just be, you know, not completely getting a lot of these done, but I've done a couple of them. So my low spend month, obviously the 1750, I added an asterisk. I feel like I did a low spend month, and I'm gonna give it to myself. Obviously though, it didn't sit exactly below the 1750, but whatever, we're so close. We're 60 bucks off, it's fine. It's so much less than I usually spend, and I'm happy with it. My 45 soft challenge, I wanted to make sure that I was maintaining those habits that I set for myself at the beginning of September. And I also wanted to get a PAP. I didn't actually get a PAP, but I ordered a PAP kit. So here in BC, you can actually get a kit sent to your house and you do it yourself. And thankfully, one of you guys let me know that that was an option, so I don't have to just go to a random doctor to go get it done. And that is in the mail. It's on its way, and hopefully I will have a completed PAP very soon here. So I took this one off because like the action was put in place to do this thing. I just haven't received the kit yet. I wanted to look for a new doctor. I'm officially registered for a new doctor. If one comes up in my area, they're supposed to let me know. I haven't really like started cold calling doctors just yet. I don't have any immediate ailments, but I just wanted to like get the ball rolling. So I definitely started on that. I wanted to upload 3 shorts. I have like a short I'm gonna upload this week, and then I usually do my end of the month short, like my budget recap as well. So I think I will have actually uploaded 3 if that's the case. I just haven't uploaded them yet. So this one's like a TBD one. I wanted to clean out my closet and my dresser. I did do that. I also wanted to go through my bathroom products. I haven't done that yet, but I might attempt it before the end of the week if I have time. I wanted to start the V2 version of my tracker. I've started, I'm like full tilt into it. I'm super excited. I'm getting so excited for this version. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe so that you can see it when it comes out, but I'm very excited about this new version. I wanted to read 2 books. As I mentioned, I did not do that. I wanted to do a little girls hangout with some of my friends. It's nice to see them all together and get together as a girl group. So I did see them at the beginning of the month, so that was great. I wanted to do the date night out with my boyfriend, and we did. We went to Elio Volpe, which was amazing. I wanted to thrift 1 to 2 times. I think I've been out twice, so take that one off as well. Let's go over to October goals. I have just not been in a goal setting mood. I'm not gonna lie. If you watched like the beginning goal setting videos at the beginning of the year, I utilize like the action plans a lot more and like split my goals into little steps. And I just haven't been feeling goals as much. So honestly, the goals for October are pretty meek, but they're more so just things I need to get done. So I'm just utilizing this as a place to like set my to-dos. But yeah, I wanted to do a what I spent in Italy video. So I'm just putting together all the numbers that I already have, and then I will film that video when I'm back. I also want to do one other finance video. I want to do like a general like typical finance video that you might find. I haven't really decided on what topic yet, but I do want to do one in October as well. I also want to do time blocked sessions of like around 30 to 45 minutes every single day to work on my tracker, more so like business days, like Monday to Friday, and that way just slowly over time I'm making my way into making sure that that tracker is getting built and will be on time. Okay, additional goals. I want to finish the whole PAP process, as I mentioned. I want to like receive the kit, get it sent in, get like all good, all that. I want to do a therapy session. I haven't done therapy since early this year, so I think it's time to get back. I also have benefits from like additional benefits with my boyfriend's coverage now. So yeah, I just want to make sure I'm using them and actually go. I want to get 2 massages. I have quite a bit of budget left for massages now that I have David's benefits. So I think I can get 2 in the month and like a good like hour-long sessions each time, which is great. I also want to get a fully funded Christmas sinking fund in the month of October. So that will be a priority for like savings wise. I want to invest $2,000, as I mentioned. That's like another goal I want financially to set. Maybe that will be like my financial goal for October, is to hit 2,000 invested and a fully funded sinking fund. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be my October financial goal. $2,000 invested and then hit a fully funded sinking fund for Christmas. I need to work out the numbers for that, so TBD on the actual value, but I will set it and then I will follow up if I actually achieved it. And then Orlando needs to go for his annual checkup, so that is this month as well. So these are all just little to-dos, little things I need to do. I'm not really setting like aspirational goals, but that is that. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I would love to hear what you guys are looking forward to in the month of October, or do you have any exciting things coming up? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching until the end of this very long video. So yeah, thank you, and subscribe, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.